Dropping that knowledge on you.
I could not make this shit up.
With Kev Nash.
Oh, Hercules.
DJ Killer Kev.
Boss.
And Dizzle.
Let me tell you, boys, you can't make that shit up.
Inside. Real deal. Straight up.
You crazy.
Hottest stories from the world of hip-hop.
This is Ludacris.
It's the big boss, Rick Ross.
What up? It's your boy, Young Jeezy. This is 50 Cent.
Sports.
Some of those dunks were the most incredible dunks I've ever seen.
And what's popping in the DYT.
I couldn't make this shit up. I couldn't make this shit up if I tried. I'm sad that I lack the talent to make this shit up.
Here's Kev Nash, DJ Killer Kev, and Dizzle.
You Can't Make This Up podcast, Kev Nash.
DJ Killer Kev.
Hey, Dizzle.
Episode
349.
Let's kick this off by saying happy Father's Day to Killer and happy soon-to-be Father's Day to Dizzle. The countdown is on. Countdown is on.
Appreciate it. I got a few messages, and I was like, I don't think I get the Happy Father's Day. What's the rules on that? Yeah, I ain't getting no gift. I'm about to tell my wife what's up, man.
Next year is definitely your first Father's Day.
Okay. That's what I figured.
You're doing all the fatherly things. You getting the crib ready. You making sure that income is coming in. You getting the room ready. So I'm gonna say Happy Father's Day to you, man.
Appreciate it.
No
Killer,
doubt.
Did you get any gifts for Father's Day or breakfast in bed?
Yeah, I got some before the kids wake up gifts. And then I got...
That sounds like some freaky shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's what it was.
Okay. That's the vibe I was getting. Just making sure.
Hit her with the, hey, it's Father's Day. Do what you do. But then I had to work today, edible arrangements, being the manager there. You got to, just a day for us. We end up having 80 orders, kind of busy. So I worked a full day. Actually got a gift from my owner, who is also a soon-to-be father. He's a few weeks out as well. But I got a gift from him. My daughters, they're all up there right now making dad's favorite dinner, which is some chicken wings, some mac and cheese, and then whatever else they throwing together. I think Carmen making me some cookies, some homemade cookies. So, they up there getting that together during the pod. So just been slow motion, not doing too much, getting ready to go to Vegas. Leave for Vegas this week and going to see USHERRAYMO. Going to see him on Tuesday. Looking forward to that. And then actually going to pull down on my boy Smoke. We going to make the 4-hour drive from the hotel to his door and go holler at him on Wednesday and back to Vegas Thursday. So we're going to just enjoy the West Coast. We we drove to Florida 4 times last year. So at this point, we like to drive. So we ain't never done the West Coast drive. So we're going to do the hangover drive and see how that goes. So
4 hours ain't nothing to you.
Oh yeah, that's nothing. We're gonna leave at 10, get there by a brunch, happy hour still. So.
That's light work. So we all seen the memes out there, the Mother's Day gifts versus the Father's Day gifts. Being that Killer, you an experienced guy on Mother's Day and Father's Day, do you notice the difference in gifts that happen at your household?
By far. Father's Day be the forgotten one. My middle child, she thought it was sometime in the late summer. She was like, "Oh, that's this weekend." So it's always the forgotten one. The mothers, they're really the ones that take care of everything and run the household. So we can't forget them. But the dads, half the dads at work, half the dads ain't at home right now, no way. So
I agree with that, but I think part of it has to do with Father's Day being in June. School's out. If it took place during the school year, I think it would be, promoted more. Like, how the kids make cards for the Mother's Day because, hey, it gives the kids an activity to do. So I think Father's Day just get a bad rap because of the landing spot.
You gotta get rebranded, just like Sweetest Days.
Oh yeah, definitely need a rebrand with that. Dizzle, talk about it.
Man, I'm cool because if I don't get nothing on Sweetest Day, just know I'm taking mental notes for Christmas and Valentine's Day.
Oh, he did Christmas and Valentine's Day.
Yeah, taking mental notes.
Brother man is heartless.
How was y'all week?
How
was y'all week?
Yeah. Shit, I was active, man. I was active. And Killer, I know you have some of these gigs where they coming up and you like, damn, I don't feel like doing this motherfucking gig, man. Man, some of these ones, it's like I get the playlist and then I can already kind of imagine how the gig is going to go. So
yeah, right. You start telling the story, right?
Man. So for one, I'm thinking, how did these motherfuckers find me? For one,
good referrals, bro.
Maybe, but it's an older couple. They sent me about 150 songs. About 130 of them are country. Never heard of them. I'm like, I know some of these artists, but I've never heard these songs before, man. So I had to go ahead and just download a whole bunch of country, try to put them in folders, like which ones were a little more party and which ones were slow jamish.
Yeah.
I ended up getting to the gig too early, and usually that's not an issue. I can kind of just have my shit set up, sit down, relax. But the people were already in the reception hall waiting on me. So they had their ceremony, and then there was a gap. I don't know why there was such a big gap to where after the ceremony was over, I got to the space around 3:45. I was set up by 4. The gig really wasn't starting until 5, but everybody was already there. So I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna play music. You know what I'm saying? I'm already here set up. So they basically got a free hour out of me. But shit was going well. They ended up booking me for another hour on the back end. But it was a nice unseasoned turn up, you know what I'm saying? they was jigging, they was doing their best, they was hitting the wobble. Somebody requested Soulja Boy Crank That. Yes, you have a question?
Speaking of seasoned, how was the food?
I don't know. Like, I ain't eat. I went hungry. Shit. Man, it was you know what? I wasn't the only black person in the room, though. I will be, I was surprised. It was another black dude and his wife was also black, came in there. I was like, oh my God, what's up? Gave my head nod, and he was a nigga, looked like he could barbecue something. I'm like, okay, what's up?
Right.
But they left early, so I was like, damn. But
must have been a coworker just coming to show that support, show that
probably.
love.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dropped off that gift and twerked out.
Yeah. And then
kept ass move.
It is. It is my go-to. Show the love, show the gift. I'm like, I'm not sticking around, bro. It's not my vibes.
So most of the time I'm playing country, and I can mix in some shit every now and again, just see how they was vibing. One of the kids tried to set me up, bro. He was like, "Do you know who the 69 Boys are?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." Can you play Tootsie Roll? I just want to see their reaction. I'm like, no, not a chance.
I've had this sounds like a wedding I did in 2022 to the T.
How'd it go?
You describe it everything. I walked in there, people was already, ceremony was over. I was setting up, so but I was pretty much like, I made sure I set up to where it was pretty much on time for me to start music. I took my time setting up, so played the music. And cocktail hours happening, and I'm seeing all these bags of chips and like juicy juices with the aluminum you gotta poke your hole in, and I'm like, hold on. So the wife go over there and check the scene out, and I see her come back empty-handed. She like, bro, they got chips and juicy juices for the cocktail hour. Then somebody pulled up with a whole bunch of Lee's chicken in the back of the bed of their truck. I was like,
oh my.
I'm not touching dinner, so we didn't eat. Same shit. Somebody asked me to play an old, like somebody asked me to play an old rap song. A little kid that kept thinking he was like 13, but trying to be the leader of the pack because they didn't have no coordinator or nothing. He like, they're ready to start. I mean, it was a mess. So this sounds just like it.
Yeah. But I'm glad it's over with. It was a pretty good turnout. They did dance. I like to do my stories just to kind of show people how the vibes is. And niggas was dancing. They was turned up to their vibes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one that it was on my calendar for a while, and I'm glad it was a good event, and I'm happy that I got a good little break. You know, baby could come any minute, so I really didn't book anything for July at all, and I don't think I have anything in August. So my weekends are finally free, which it hasn't been for a while.
So take this time to save that folder, change that folder to other weddings.
I put it. I got the folder. It's labeled Big Country, like it's all country. Hella.
And then the next one you get, you add they shit to that one, and then you play some of that shit that they didn't ask for. They're gonna be like, "Oh, he know he in the pocket."
This nigga's a good one. This nigga.
I got 15 years old.
Yep, play some Jason Aldean. But yeah, it was a good vibe, man. It was a good time. But I'm just glad it's over with.
Yeah, don't waste all that work, because I know that work getting all that together. So
Facts.
use that for the next one.
Facts. Kev, how was your week?
Man, it was solid, man. Friday night, went to go check out Godfrey at the Dayton Funny Bone. He's been here so many times, and I just never had a chance or never took the opportunity to go check him out. So we saw him on Friday night. Pretty funny. His opener, yeah. Do a lot of Denzel, do a lot of different voices in general. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what his comedy's around. But his opener was pretty funny too. I can't remember his name. I guess I should have thought of that before we started the pod. But his opener was funny as hell too, man. So you know how you go to a comedy show. You really there to see the headliner, and then you just really there to get through the opener. And the wife has this thing when comedians aren't funny and their jokes aren't landing. She feels sorry for them, and she's like, "Oh," because like it was just like, man, how awkward a feeling that has to be for a room full of people just staring at you, and your job is to make them laugh, and you not getting a chuckle, not getting anything. But dude had, I would say, just as many laugh out loud moments as Godfrey, man. So maybe if I can think of his name, I'll shout him out here on the pod, man. So that was dope on Friday night, and then Saturday, went up to check out the new Flash movie. I know y'all ain't like real big comic book movie dudes, but I am. Now, Flash is a DC character, not a DC guy, but I knew that this one had like a lot of elements of it that I wanted to check out. I would give it an A for effort, but a C+ overall as a movie. It's 2023, man. There's no need to have CGI that looks like the mid 2000s, man. Like,
damn,
the CGI.
The trailer looked good. The trailer looked like I want to check it out.
The trailer is fire. The fight scenes is fire, and it's a lot of nostalgic vibes. There's a lot of winks to the audience if you've seen all the other Batman movies and things of that nature. So it gives you good vibes, but the CGI, man, the CGI is just horrible, just very bad.
I saw that they lost money, or how much it costs for them to make the movie. So I can't even think of the numbers. What, over 200 something million, and then what they brought in. 180 or 170, something that wasn't, they were looking to make money off of this shit first week. And as a Marvel dude, you going to see DC, ain't you set tripping? Like, what's going on?
What up, Bly? I'm a comic book movie person, dude, anyway. So I'm gonna go see the ones that I like. I always like Flash as a character, but DC movies, they just not good. Their live action movies aren't any good. The only ones that I really like, I like Wonder Woman, I like Aquaman. The rest of them have been trash. This version of the Batman movies has been trash. The Superman movies have been trash. This one is okay at best. And I think part of the reason why it didn't do so well is because they're rebooting it again. So this is just basically a throwaway movie. This movie they're not going to make a sequel to this. So, but they set up for a sequel to it, but everybody knows like it's going absolutely nowhere. The main star of it, Ezra Miller, tons of trouble, he's been getting into, or they've been getting into. So it's just wilding, man. But that was really the good part of my weekend. I shared some of the stuff that happened that wasn't good. I'll just say it like this. A venue in the city, they be tripping. And it actually, people are going to say it has to do with color. It has absolutely nothing to do with color. They're just assholes. So I'll just leave it at that. A certain venue in the city, I won't be fucking with them no more. And, the wife knows I'm dead ass serious because there's certain restaurants in town that we have never gone back to again. And I don't play that shit.
You gonna put a name on it?
I'm not gonna put a name on it. You know. I'm not gonna put a name on it. The folks that's close to me know this venue. Y'all know the venue.
Yeah.
A lot of other people know the venue because I reached out to several people and told them, and my establishment where I work probably wouldn't like me putting people on blast like that. So I'm not gonna put them on blast on the pod. But y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes.
Comments this pod. Shouts to the homegirl Sharna, Hot 102.9 Zone. She said, "Put a name on it, Kev."
Ain't gonna put no name. Ain't gonna put no name on it.
That's funny.
What Michelle Obama said, when they go low, you go higher. But to be perfectly honest, the best way you can not support somebody isn't necessarily by calling them out on Twitter, on social media, or badmouth them on your podcast. It's not by spending your money with them and not supporting what they do. So I used to go to this venue quite a bit. If you listen to the pod, I was there last week. So that would tell you exactly where I was at. I spent money over there on drinks and food and da-da-da-da-da. But never again, dog. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Yeah. I actually watched a movie this weekend. I watched Luther on Netflix. That was good.
With Idris?
Yeah. Solid movie.
Okay. I know you was into the British TV, bro.
I didn't either, but it was Slim Pickens when ain't no sports on, but baseball. My Reds won 7 in a row. I ain't even been watching that shit. So.
True. They hot right now. They very hot right now. What about you, bro? You ready for Vegas?
Yeah, I am. I'm excited. We getting ready to get up out of here. I'm excited for this first class. I don't care what time it is. I'm drinking flight. So we're gonna have some mimosas spiked with something. So but no, I'm excited for the whole thing. The wife, took care of me for my big 40th. So
and this is your first time in Vegas, or you been there before?
No, this is probably my 4th, 5th time in Vegas.
So you already know what spots to hit up.
But I've never stayed on the Strip. I've always stayed like a block away for the $50 a night, type of shit. So we had to ball out, get the Bellagio Fountain View, Cosmopolitan balcony with the ashtray for the Vegas favors. You know what I'm saying? So
what did I see? Because Vegas Knights, the hockey team, did they not they won the what the shit? Yeah. What is that called? It's not the
Stanley
World Cup.
Stanley Cup. Oh God!
Look, I know a little bit. I knew it was the Vegas Knights. They won. I saw on Twitter they said some type of brothel or sex worker company is offering the players for winning. They offered them a free orgy, and I'm like, damn, who cashing out?
Somebody go cash in. That dude that only got 12 minutes all season, like ring it up.
Facts.
Vegas on fire right now. The Aces won the WNBA championship last year. Knights just won Stanley Cup. They about to get a baseball team. Soon gonna get an NBA team. Vegas is on fire right now, man.
Yeah. Hey, I was afraid we were gonna hit that parade. I was like, I don't want no parts of that extra traffic. I don't let this be a regular ass Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in Vegas, please.
I think the parade is today, right?
Yeah, I think it was today or yesterday, today, something like that. But I know Juneteenth, that's gonna probably be something going on. We actually, since we got the rental car, since we're gonna be going to LA, we can actually go, maybe get like a soul food lunch in Vegas, something off the Strip, kind of enjoy some things you don't get to do in Vegas per se a lot. So, but we definitely, balling out. We got the STK reservation, we got the Hell's Kitchen reservation. So definitely gonna make it a birthday to remember because she made mine special. So
that's what's up, man. You get into anything this week?
Yeah, I DJ'd in Columbus Saturday. Shouts to my dude Chris, one of OPZ's partners. That every time OPZ got something going on, I'm the next call, so I always appreciate that. Had a wedding going on. I was trying to link up with him while I was up there, but I did this gentleman's oldest son's high school graduation. I did his now second child's high school graduation. Him and the wife looked me in the eye and said, "We got 2 more coming up, but we giving you a call." So sound like I'm on board for the whole family parties, but super cool family, super kickback. Food A1. Let me tell you something. I do a lot of events. I eat a lot of people's, special occasion meals, and I'm not a big sweet potato guy. Slam them. Greens, amazing. Chicken, you had broiled. What's it called? Yeah, broiled They had fried, all different types of whatever. You know, that was, I mean, the whole thing. It wasn't Kroger chicken. You know, this was A1 meal.
Kroger chicken, all right.
It is, but every event, every time, you know, when you a busy guy, you get tired of Kroger chicken at every event. But nah, it was super dope. Food was good, but they had a nice little venue in Columbus. It was their first actual event in this venue. It was a side building off in a lot, a huge lot, but a lot that the church owned, but it was kind of like away from the church, and they redid it. Had a garage door opening, nice little kickback. They had the Foursquare going and Connect Four, all that stuff going. So super dope. And then other than that, man, we'll just work, and get ready for this trip. But yeah, I'm excited.
Dope.
Hey,
All right, man.
Before we get into the topics, real quick, we are now streaming on Twitter. So we got the Twitter popping. Yeah, so everybody, you know, shout out to everybody tuned in online. We got a few folks in the chat. Make sure everybody subscribe to the YouTube channel. We pushing out content, man. We get our numbers up.
Hold on, I must address this. We got a comment from Kev Hicks. He said, "Killer Kev." He said, "Killer Kev, I got to hook up with some sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top, baller." I know I'm half white, Kev, but I don't do the marshmallows on top, bro.
That is funny, man. Well, shit, man. Like you said, man, we got a lot to get into in the heavy association talk, man. So first, we got to salute the NBA champions, the Denver Nuggets. They won their first NBA championship on Monday night, beating the Heat 4-1. Somebody on this podcast called it Nuggets in 5. But anyway, Jokic walked away with the MVP, real nonchalant vibes, and then come to find out he did care about winning the NBA championship because he was turning up like a mofo out there in Vegas.
Yeah. Man. So I'm surprised we ain't talked about this yet.
We did the pod the Monday of the championship.
Got you. Okay.
So that's why I feel that way.
Yeah, I don't want to, the only thing that really irked me was Mike Malone. We don't got to get into that too much.
Yeah, let's get into it.
I got the best comment of Mike Malone first before you say anything.
I see folks trying to invite him to the cookout.
I don't know about that.
They said he had on the blind Fury costume, bro. That'd be so weak.
Yeah, had the hat to the side just a little bit. You know, it wasn't straight. It wasn't to the side, just a little bit. But nah, man, he deserves, to talk all the shit he wants. He won, so I give him that. But y'all swept the Lakers. What else is there to say? Y'all swept the Lakers this year. What else is there to say?
He won his respect. He won his props. He want his team to get the same props that everybody else got. I feel where he's coming from, man, because this is what happens in sports, especially the NBA. Not so much in the NFL, but in the NBA, the Knicks, most of the time, are terrible. But they are talked about as if they're the ones that's winning championships. Yeah. Same way goes with the Lakers. So, and when you have a historic franchise or a team that's in a big market, they get more pub than the actual team that won the championship. So he just want his team to get props. And, it's a motivational thing because the first words out of his mouth, like, we trying to run this back. It wasn't even congratulations to my guys. We did it. Like, yo, we trying to run it back. But when you win, you can talk your bleep.
Yeah. Nah, props to them because they definitely handled the whole playoffs. They was balling. And, even with, I know we're going to talk about the Suns with their new addition. Nuggets looking like they good enough to repeat. If everybody healthy, they're going to be a tough team to get through.
Yeah, it's all about if they're going to, keep that shit together, though, because nowadays it's so easy to, like we're going to talk about here shortly, it's so easy to just switch it up real quick and get picks and swap picks and everything else that I don't understand. But
well, shit, we there now. What's the deal with the Suns? They just made a big trade. What's popping?
Yeah, they finalized the deal to send Bradley Beal to the Suns for what I thought was retired, almost 40-year-old CP3, Lamar Shamet, several second-round picks, whatever that means, and pick swaps. I don't know what a pick swap means. I don't know. Several is more than 3.
Man,
3
they got him for basically nothing. Is what's going on? Because I like you said, I thought Chris Paul was released the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Now they trading him for Bradley Beal. I mean, KD got it easy. Let's keep it real, man. Let's keep it real. What other superstar you know has had the talent that he's had throughout his whole career? He ain't been on a bad team.
You're right.
You're right. Yeah.
Right.
How long is his career? 13 years?
Nah, he been in the league like I want to say at least 15 years.
15 years, and he's had
4 probably. Somebody about KD?
He's had top tier teams for each season, bro. This is getting ridiculous. This is crazy.
I don't think you can count the years where, his young years with Russ young years and Harden's years. But like once they quote unquote broke through and got to the finals, then on. So that was probably like year 4, year 5 or whatever. For majority of his career, I would say at least 10 to 12 years, he has had
stacked.
Not even all-stars. He's had top 75 players, multiple on his team. And the only time he was able to get some bling was with Steph and the Golden State Warriors. So they on the hot seat. They in officially winning it all or bust category.
They was that last year, and they gonna be that until if he keeps having the teams like he's having, they gotta win a chip.
Yeah.
And if he don't, we talking legacy talk. We gotta do it.
Yeah.
There's no way we can't. If anybody else was in this position, we talking that talk. KD is that good to where you look at that roster. I don't care who's on their bench. Your starting 5 is a championship starting 5.
I don't disagree.
Yeah,
I don't disagree. I agree 1,000,000%. I agree.
Way pre-pandemic was KD's peak. It's been declining ever since. So
yeah, man, I'm a person that believes that most guys only have X amount of miles in their body, and I think KD has passed those. You look at the last 3 to 4 years, he hasn't been able to play more than 55 games, and that isn't from rest or anything like that. These are from injuries. Like he keeps getting hurt. So I don't foresee him playing.
Brady out here.
Yeah. Like I think his body is breaking down, and I don't think they're going to win a championship. Just don't. Yeah. I mean, he don't play enough. It's just as simple as that. What was their whole go-to line? Well, you want to catch the heat before they start getting a rhythm, and yada 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 yada.
Yeah,
you're not going to get a rhythm if you can't play. So I don't think he's going to play enough games for them to quote unquote get a rhythm, man.
Before we hit the next topic, shout out to my dude LeBlanc. I served in the military with him some 20 years ago. He commented on the pod, so nice to see we got some activity in the comments this week. Shout out to my guy.
Salute. Thank you for your service. Dizzle, what's up with your boy, Mr. Ja Morant?
Man, this shit. So Adam Silver officially has given him the hammer, which thought was going to be more, but he's been suspended for 25 games at the top of the year. So what's that? It's like almost a little over a quarter of the season.
About 30% of the season.
So a lot of folks was upset because, by the way Adam Silver was talking, we thought this nigga was getting it for half the season, maybe even a whole season, some fines, this, that, and the third. But yeah, just 25 games. Where y'all at with the 25 game suspension? Just the right amount?
Too light. He needed to get that Curtis 50 Cent Jackson thing. He needed to get that 5-0, bro.
Did they say it's like 7-8 million that he won't lose? It's
more than that.
It's $8 million for his contract with the team, but like with endorsements and all this other stuff and fines, yada yada yada, it's up to like almost like $60 million.
So with the 25 games, he is ineligible to make all NBA. He can't be eligible for MVP, any of those awards, which would probably kick in some extra millions on his contract. So I think the 25, it was a toy gun. It was a toy gun. 25, when you look at the other suspensions in history, is that not in the same ballpark? Look at
any of them hit you with two in the same quarter?
Thank you, Killer. Thank you.
For a victimless. This ain't even a crime, just a victimless act. 25 is pretty.
Your son is gonna run all over you, bro.
Come on, man. 25.
He gonna be hitting you with so much script. Like, Pops, it was X, Y, and Z. Pops, it was this, that, and the third. All right, son, go ahead, have at it. Come on, Dizzle. Come on, man.
You're saying more than half the season. You're saying 50 games.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I would like half the season.
Send a message, man. I believe in stern punishment. I believe in over punishment. It got me to where I am today. Shouts out to Ma Dukes. She was an over punisher. She would give me a lot of leeway with the first punishment, but if I did the same activity like break curfew, which I was known to do, if I broke curfew again, back-to-back break curfews, we get in a stern punishment. Like, nah, you're grown. You're too big for me to whoop. Guess what? After school, you got to be home by 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock curfew at 17. How's that working out for you with the girls? Not good at all. That hurt. And guess what? Once I got off punishment from that, I was in the house when I was supposed to be because that shit was terrible.
Before we change the subject, I almost forgot I wanted to ask y'all this. Arguing with my boy Cousin D about this.
Cousin D, what up, though?
The point where we was almost sweating. This was like, so we were saying this was like a Malice in the Palace type of suspension. So then we were saying what was worse, the Malice in the Palace for the reputation of the NBA, or Ja Morant for what he did, reputation for the NBA. So I know y'all gonna give me two answers that I definitely want to hear. So, do you think the Malice in the Palace or Ja Morant issue, which one was worse?
Malice. That's easy. Malice, they was literally scrapping with the fans, man. Malice.
Yeah, Malice in the Palace, bruh. You can't be out here punching your customers. Yo, these are beating the shit out the customers. Yeah, we can't have that. Like, and there was multiple guys beating the shit out of customers. This is just one isolated guy with a real gun and then a toy gun. So yeah, I would go with Malice in the Palace.
I think, so that was my argument. But he was trying to say that the reputation of the NBA and these kids and social media, this was going to hold more weight than that did then. And, making some points, but I agree.
Nah, so did y'all see the picture? So allegedly, he came out with a video, way too late for the video, but of him lighting a candle with the gun or the toy lighter, or which was I felt like was pointless at this point. The suspensions already came down. Why are you doing this now? Why do you have a gun lighter? What are you doing here?
The social media generation, they got to tell their story on social media. They got to save face. That was a try to save face moment for a generation that only knows social media.
Man, who is this man's agent? Who is this man's agent, bro? Like, dude, no, we are not doing that. I understand that the agent and the business manager work for Ja, but they got to tell him, no, we're not doing that. We're gonna eat this punishment, and you're gonna change. Simple as that. And if you're not willing to change, then I think it's best that you find new representation, because there's no way in the world you should have put that out there. Like, that just makes you look even stupider.
Yeah.
Bad luck. Thanks. Speaking of them South Carolina boys, what's popping with Zion? Is he really gonna get traded?
I hope so. Or if not, I know a few folks were looking for that number 2 pick. Yeah. I believe it's held by the Hornets.
Yeah.
I would like to see a Zion and LaMelo squad. That's primetime TV.
I agree 1,000,000%. If I'm the Hornets, even if Michael Jordan's not the owner anymore, or whoever owns the team, I'm making that deal. 1,000,000%. You look at who's going to go number 2, Brandon Miller, the small forward from Alabama. You go ahead and Google him. We talked about him on the pod. He was involved with that shooting and death of a mother down in Alabama while he was playing ball there. And it was somebody's gun, and he went to go get it, yada, yada, yada. Then you rewind what happened with Miles Bridges, him beating up another female. You mean to tell me you're gonna bring Bridges back and then draft Brandon Miller, 2 dudes that have history with violence towards women? You can't roll that out to the press. You can't have them dudes at media day. You can't have them dudes being the face of your franchise, all with posters all across the city and things of that nature. So you either draft Scoot Henderson and have him and LaMelo in the backcourt, or you trade the 2 pick to get Zion. You deal with Zion and his strippers and porno stars and Instagram models, baby mamas, but you get him back to the Carolinas and hopefully he plays more than 50 games, because that Brandon Miller thing, I couldn't do it, man. I just couldn't.
And with Zion, we got to remember, if I'm not mistaken, last July or last year, he signed that contract like $190 million for 5 years with the Pelicans. They gonna need some of that. So I don't think he getting traded.
Yeah, and the other thing for the Pelicans, think about it like this, man. He don't want to be there. Like, let's be real. He does not want to be there. When he got drafted, he was talking about the Knicks. He was talking about the Hawks. He does not want to play there. So just like with Anthony Davis, once he becomes the player that he's going to become, he's not going to be it for you. So you might as well get something for him, and you're not going to get anything better than the number 1 pick. If he blossoms into the player we want him to be, you're going to trade a whole bunch of has-beens or maybes as opposed to getting the number 2 pick in the draft and the Brandon Miller or Scoot Henderson, man. You got to dump him now, dude. He don't want to be there, man. He trying to eat himself out the league, or he trying to hump his way out the league.
Yeah, we talking about the Hornets, man. Michael Jordan sold, once bought for what, $275 million back in 2010, selling his majority stake for $3 billion.
God damn.
J. Cole, one of the on the team of purchasers though. So shout out to J. Cole.
Cold world, man. I mean, come on, man. Like,
big money bag Mike.
Come on, man. We in the wrong business. We in the wrong business, man. You didn't 13 years later, you done made $3 billion, bro.
Think about this. Let's think about this in real terms. He probably not touching none of that money because he got the Jordans.
Yeah, tell me about it.
He just live off the Jordan money. All that shit is just going to the generations.
Yeah,
generational wealth like a mofo. But yeah, man, think about it like this. This is the Charlotte Hornets, $3 billion. So what did a team like the Dallas Mavericks or the New York Knicks or the Lakers selling for? And like these huge media markets with these huge numbers of eyeballs and TV viewers and things of that nature. This is a mid-level team at best in the Charlotte Hornets, and it went for $3 billion.
Imagine if Jerry Jones was selling.
Big bank MJ, man, getting this money. Other sports news broke on a early Saturday morning. Hall of Fame coach Bobby Huggins got arrested with a DUI on Friday night. He's the head coach at West Virginia, used to be the head coach at UC, man. This is like his 2nd or 3rd DUI. I know he got one back when he was a coach at UC. Earlier this summer or springtime, he was on the Cincinnati radio station making some slurs, anti-gay slurs on the radio. So it's been a very bad summer for him. So the word is that he's about to resign from West Virginia.
I was just about to ask how many games he suspended. let's keep that energy. Okay.
Career set and match, buddy. It's over.
Forced retirement right there. Yeah. That's the 3rd strike you out. Ja number 2. So be careful.
Yeah, they said, oh, buddy thought he was in Columbus.
Oh wow.
But he was in Pittsburgh. Like, damn, nigga. They said they found beer cans all over his car. I'm like, damn, bro, you are a full blown alky.
People really be like that. My mom had an encounter this weekend where an old gentleman knocked on her door. They got the camera, so my stepdad go to the door. He like, yeah, looking for his son. And he like, this 104? Like, nah, that's next door. Turn around to walk away. He got 2 beers in his back pockets. Like, just gotta keep a beer on him. I'm like, damn.
Did they say anybody was hurt or anything?
No
casualties.
Nobody was hurt.
Good. Yeah, he needs some help.
Yeah, for
big
real.
time, big time. What's going on with Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, man?
Man, Deion may have to get his left foot amputated as he continues to suffer from blood flow problems in that area, according to the doctors with the Colorado football team. You know, he's had numerous surgeries. That man played football and baseball at the highest level at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
We all know what Deion went through with his body, but he's been having problems with his foot. Did he have some toes amputated or
Yeah.
a chunk of his foot, something like that earlier on in his Jackson State days. But sound like he might be, having to just nix the problem. I had a friend with a similar situation, surgery, infection, and surgery, infection. It just gets to a point where it's just like, man, get this off of me. So yeah, prayers up for him. That's gonna be a you know how active he is. That's gonna be an adjustment.
Yeah. I know he's a man of faith, man. So nothing but prayers up for Coach Prime, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let me get this paper out.
This should be low-key stressful because I'm like, at some point, niggas is gonna be having to battle it out. Dudes, we gonna have to figure something out.
Yeah, this is becoming more and more difficult. But before we get to that, man, let's go ahead and talk about Boosie. Boosie Badass got arrested because he was on a live video. See what being on live video gets you? He had a pistol in the back of his jeans. Feds ran down on him and arrested him. Boosie
and it
Badass.
wasn't even his live video. Like, I don't know how they be just finding random people and just be knowing, okay, Boosie's over here. Let's just jump on this dude's live.
It's got to be a department now in 2023.
And then half a second of him walking away, and they saw the pistol or whatever gun it was in his waistband, allegedly. Got him hemmed up, man. So I'm certain we're going to get some more news. But yeah, the feds got him.
Got him, man. Bad luck. Anybody listen to the new Killer Mike album?
Yes, I did. I had to drive to Columbus Saturday. Perfect hour drive. Played it there and back. I fucks with it. Niggas really missing some real rap raw, and we getting some real rap raw.
Nigga, I listened to it this morning on my morning walk because a lot of people been talking about it. I was like, yeah, I fucks with Killer Mike. I fucks with Run of Jewels. So I finally took the time out to listen to it, and I didn't even get all the way through it because it's at least 3 songs that I had to run back at least twice on the morning walk. And I know
one of them was the engineers and whatever that thing is called, space.
Yeah, buddy. he's spitting.
Yeah,
and the rappity rap guys don't get a ton of love nowadays because it's all about the turn up and the party and everything like that. You got to be named Kendrick or Cole to get love if you're a rappity rap guy. If you're not fucking with this Killer Mike, I don't know. You need to take at least about an hour out today and give it a good run because he's spitting that hot fire.
I ain't checked it out. Did y'all check out Gunna?
I did not. How is it?
Nah.
I don't know either. I've heard nothing but good news.
Barbershop Talk says that everybody's like, I heard Gunna got a new album out that's banging, but I can't listen to that sorry ass nigga. Not a barbershop because I heard him talking about that shit this weekend.
Let's take it to the street code.
Hey, sometimes you got to. All right, man. So let's run down the next songs making it on the official list.
Hold on, I got a question first.
Yes, sir. Go for it.
Are you the only one that's allowed to know how many full matches we got out of that 30?
I'll be more than happy to send you guys the list. Y'all can do the next one. I'll be more.
Nah, you got it.
No. This shit is stressful.
I'll be out of town. It might be a bad week for me.
Because some niggas writing handwriting, other niggas just send check marks. It's just, I gotta double and triple check. Like a motherfucking teacher around here.
Printed it out.
POP, hold it down.
I'm trying my best. All right. First song officially making the list for this week is
Big Pimpin', baby.
Spending Cheese. Jay-Z, Big Pimpin' officially on the list. If you can't make this up podcast, top 50 songs of all time. Another hole. Jay-Z 99 Problems officially making the list.
Fire.
The Weather's Great, one of the greatest summer songs of all time. Mr. Tupac Shakur, I Get Around, officially on the list. A very elementary school storytelling song, but a storytelling song nonetheless that everybody and their mama knows. Warren G, Nate Dogg, they had to regulate. It's officially on the list.
Got to be. We damn good too.
And of course, niggas with an attitude officially on the list with their classic F the Police. They're officially on the list. Don't take it to New York City now. Up there in New York City, we can't have a list without. I'm surprised it didn't make the first round of cuts. Don't know how this happened. Jizzle, I don't know how that happened, but it's officially on the list now. It's on the list now. Also, we're going to keep it in the NYC. Lil Kim, Lil C's Crush on You, the remix.
Classic.
Classic. Now, I talked about one of the greatest summer songs of all time being Tupac, I Get Around, but the greatest summer song of all time is officially on the list. Not sure how this didn't make the first round of cuts.
You're not fucking with Will yet, so that's why. You know?
Yeah, Killer.
We're not fucking with Will yet, so I had to put him down mid-level.
So if you were doing your math, you noticed that it was only 9 songs. There's only 9 songs that officially made it onto today's list. So we're up to 29 songs that we all agreed upon this week. A lot of discrepancies, a lot of bouncing around.
How y'all want to do it?
You tell me, bro. You tell me. I'm all out of ideas.
Nah, I'm gonna have to think about it because I don't know. I was thinking we just have a dance battle, let the fans judge. You know what I'm saying? I don't know though, man. I don't know. So you at least have the
remaining songs.
You have the remaining songs from the original pool.
Yes.
And Killer, you have the ones that have made the list so far, so we can at least cross those out of the original 50.
Correct.
Okay. So we all got to go back to the drawing board and see. I say let's all just pick 5. 5 main ones, state your case, come with it. And then the other 2 say pass or trash.
I'm with it. I'll be ready for next week. I'll be ready for next week.
We all picking 5 that we won on that motherfucker.
Got it.
What I'll do is sometime this week during vacay, I'll send out the full 29 so that y'all have that.
Bet. All right, man. Some quick hitters before we slide up out of here. One of those, Tyler Perry finalizing deal to buy BET, including VH1. What y'all think about that?
I think that's good. I think it's huge. You know, this is VH1's first black owner, right? And that what they saying? And then BET, BET. But
Bob Johnson, yeah.
I think we're gonna have we're gonna have some Madea plays on the late night. Probably gonna have some Tyler Perry premieres, but it's gonna be his shit now. So hey, do what you do. I think it's he already got the whole compound making movies. Why not have this on the plate too? So
yeah. I don't know, man. Hopefully it comes out with some new content. You know what I'm saying? I grew up, stayed watching BET and VH1. Great shows. Even outside of music, I know they brought back College Hill. I really haven't checked it out, but I know you got to have some just original shows and original content to get folks back excited to watch it. Like, do y'all watch BET nowadays? Does your children?
Nah, not like we did. You know, it was come home and hurry up and see 106. It was come home, hurry and see Ticket on the couch. It was hurry up and come home. It was all that. Like this, they don't gotta hurry home. They can just watch it slowly on the way home on their phone. So
yeah, it's very difficult to make people watch appointment TV nowadays, man, because we can watch it on demand or watch it strictly on our phone and don't have to sit down in front of the TV. I mean, shoot. I remember watching Teen Summit on Saturdays on BET. Like, I'm not sure you can get that type of programming off nowadays. And
Spring Bling.
People, yeah. I'm not sure you can really get those type of programs off. This goes to Dizzle's point that we always bring about how me and Killer binge watch like shows that come out on Netflix. Like, Ozark dropped on Friday. We ready to talk about the whole season on Sunday.
Right.
Like, that's the point where people like this will talk about they want quality over quantity. And Tyler Perry gives you a lot of quantity, but I don't think any of that type of stuff is things that I watch. And this is not a diss to Tyler Perry because
wigs be all shifted in one scene. They come back the next scene, it's a whole different wig.
Right. Because part of me, obviously, I really don't fucks with it, don't watch it like that, but I do respect the fact that he's creating stuff and he gives a lot of people opportunities and jobs. I can still respect the fact that you're doing that, but then on the other hand, be like, well, this shit sucks. I can still have that opinion as well, man. So that's why I was more on the lines of like, all right, man, what if 50 get his hands on BET? Maybe we're gonna get a lot more quality type of TV, man. So only time will tell what's gonna happen with BET and now Tyler Perry being the owner. What's popping on Wheel of Fortune with Pat Sajak, though?
Man, Pat Sajak says that after more than 40 years of the show's host, he's about to retire. That man has been doing that show my entire life, for real. So that got to be the end of Wheel of Fortune. I don't want to see it with two other people because Vanna White and Pat Sajak are the only names that are ever be associated with that type of show. Like, I don't think the Drew Carey thing gonna work for Wheel of Fortune. So.
Yeah, Drew Carey holding it down for damn, I forgot homeboy.
Price is Right, Bob Barker.
Bob Barker. Yeah. Now I fucks with the game shows. I was huge watcher of the game shows, all of them. Wheel of Fortune was one. So who gonna replace him?
Man, I don't know. Shit. Probably Steve Harvey.
Right, for real.
That nigga don't care. He would do another job like a mofo. I mean, you're right, man. Like it's kind of like one of those things we kind of take for granted. Something that we grew up with in our childhood, like with Bob Barker or Alex Trebek on Jeopardy. You know, it's like, all right, man. These dudes have been the host ever since I was a kid. These are the only guys I've ever known. The only host that constantly changes is on Family Feud. Everybody else is, hey man, this is the host, and we're just gonna keep on rolling year after year. And now we're finally about to get a new host on Wheel of Fortune. It's gonna be very strange seeing somebody else do it for sure.
This made me think about my family, like my older aunts and cousins. They'll hit me with the, man, you ever seen that Johnny Carson episode with and I was like, nah, Johnny Carson a little before my time, but like now we're getting the next rotation of people that's gonna, be a part of somebody else's life for decades and decades. And it's like, damn, I see how they got there because they just living life like, why don't you know this Johnny Carson episode?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. We gonna find out, man. What's going on Twitter, Dizzle?
This ain't affecting me. I don't be in nobody's DMs, but allegedly they're trying to basically put a cap on how many DMs you can send per day for anybody that doesn't have the Twitter Blue or the non-verified users. Again, I don't be in the DMs. This do not affect me. Does this affect y'all in any way?
It does not. It does not. I am not in no DMs. The only DMs I send in is on the IG to y'all and everybody else that I'm tight with. I like to see people doing stupid stuff. I share the crazy shit about shark bites and people sticking their hands in waters or people riding bikes and crashing and shit like that. That is my realm of DMing.
But that topic for today made me go look at my Twitter DM because that's like by far the least amount of activity when it comes to messaging that I use on any social platform. And since 2020, I've had 2 DMs that I've sent. One was to a close dude, and one was to my cousin. So it's like I don't DM on Twitter. It will not affect me. But somebody, them OnlyFans and all them
Shaq,
promos, they're gonna be hurting.
Shaq be quick to slide in the DM. That nigga been on a roll.
I saw he looking for old girl that work at Home Depot.
Yes.
Let me know when you find her.
Right.
All right, there it is. Another episode of You Can't Make This Up podcast. Kev Nash.
DJ Killer Kev.
Hey, Dizzle.
We out till next week. Killer, we need an intense recap of that Vegas activity, brother.
Facts.
Yeah. Be safe, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Peace.